Hey, welcome to the first devlog. My name is Matthew Parker, and I'm the primary developer for the indie studio PillBugGames. In this devlog, I'm excited to introduce our new project. For the series, we're building a mech game from scratch using the Unity engine. Our game is currently untitled, so we will definitely need to fix that soon. In this game, you can expect to pilot all sorts of different vehicles, including but not limited to the large stomping war machines. There will be a large strategic component to the game, where you can take command of the battlefield and give strategic orders in order to outmaneuver your opponent. You'll be doing this while also rampaging through the war zone and wreaking havoc among your enemies. Before going into more detail about the game, I think it might help if I tell you a little bit about myself. My brother and I started PillBugGames in 2014 to create and publish our first game, which we called Lost Stars. At that time, I was in the middle of my bachelor's degree, using game dev to keep me sane amidst piles of quantum mechanics and real analysis homework. We spent the first few months iterating on the movement controls and improving game feel, while I was working on building our game engine. Once we were happy with how it felt, we very quickly became obsessed with making the game as awesome as we could. It took us about 2 years from start to finish, but in the end, we had a game we were quite proud to release. Since then, I've been keeping very busy. I finished my bachelor's degree, then I moved on and completed my master's, and now I'm working through my PhD program. During all of this, I have managed to make some time for game jams with friends, making a few 48-hour games like Mutant Burglary Eagle, which is a game where you steal food and nuclear waste from passers-by in order to mutate into a more powerful eagle, and a game called Object Permanence, which was a puzzle platformer where closing your eyes reveals a spooky hidden world. It's been almost 7 years since we released Lost Stars, and now I'm ready to start on the next big game. I hope you'll join me on this exciting game dev adventure. We're going to be building a game with giant robots to pilot, big high-tech guns which you can use to blow stuff up, and a lot more stuff. I want to build a mech game where you can play as any unit in the game, and where you take command of the battle with strategic battle planning, tactical decision making, and so on. We're drawing inspiration for our new game from several sources that have meant a lot to us over the years. As far as game inspirations go, the entire MechWarrior franchise has been a cornerstone for me, starting back with MechWarrior 2. My brothers and I first played MechWarrior 2 when I was around 7 years old. My dad brought one of his work friends over for dinner one night, and his friend brought with him a brand new game for us to try out. It was really the first reason for me to ever care about GPUs and graphics cards, since the version of this game that was brought over couldn't be run without one. Fortunately, he had thought about this and he brought a GPU with him for us to try out. Lately, I've been playing a lot of MechWarrior Online and MechWarrior 5. Thanks PGI for keeping the franchise alive into the 2020s. But I also play Battletech, and also Mega Mech with my brothers once in a while. I've always wanted to be able to play a MechWarrior style game with combined arms. A stompy robot game where you can play as a mech for sure, but also as tanks, planes, VTOLs, power armor, soldiers, maybe even as dropships and aerospace fighters. MechWarrior Online is a 12v12 mech v mech purely player versus player game where success in a match relies very heavily on player communication, battlefield positioning, and of course team coordination. No individual mech pilot decides the fate of the game. Instead, it's the group's ability to work together that usually decides the end result. This is both a blessing and a curse for the game. Sometimes you'll end up in game after game with teammates that just don't work well together. Other times, you can end up on the other end of unbalanced games, where your team comes together perfectly and completely crushes an uncoordinated opposing team. Often, though, the matches will be pretty fun and interesting, and they rarely play out the same way twice. On the other hand, MechWarrior 5 is an almost purely single-player game, where you take command of a group of up to 4 mechs, called a lance, and you progress through random missions, building up your tech and your forces, training up your pilots, and progressing through a mostly scripted story campaign. In MechWarrior 5, the teamwork exists between you and your lance mates, with you able to give simple battlefield commands like move to this location or attack my target. When playing single player, the AI can often leave a lot to be desired, and the interface for issuing commands is fairly unchanged from the days of MechWarrior 2. However, the game does really shine when you're playing with a small group of friends, where you can really coordinate together and have a blast smashing through enemy mechs and tanks. Still, it would be nice to have a little more tactical or strategic control. In fact, I tend to enjoy a lot of strategy games. The XCOM games, with their long-term planning and immediate and often brutal strategic consequences, and games like FTL, where every scrap of ingenuity is needed to get you out of escalating dire situations. These games don't focus on giant stomping war machines, but they do manage to involve the player in deeper thinking and planning to mitigate risk while achieving both short and long-term goals. Other strategy games like Into the Breach offer a different kind of strategy, where every move and outcome is known one turn in advance, and finding the right set of moves leading to victory is an ever-increasing challenge, with resources dwindling even as your power level grows from mission to mission. So we're trying to take the broad ideas and themes that we loved from all of these games and adapt those aspects to make a mech game, where you can pilot any type of unit and command large battlefields with strategic orders and tactical decisions. Alright, so let's see if I can paint a picture for you, the sort of gameplay that we're after. Imagine this. You're piloting a mech through a windswept tundra. Your beachhead forces have made planetfall right into the middle of a war zone. Your objective is to clear a way for planetary invasion, and your assault dropships are waiting in orbit. Ahead is a heavily fortified ridge where the opposing forces have dug in. It would be suicide to charge that position alone. You order the artillery bombardment to commence, and send your heavily shielded walkers forward to act as the main assault. You'll be vulnerable to the enemy power armor hiding just over the ridge, but it's worth the risk. You've committed a large portion of your landed forces to this assault, leaving your tactical carrier vulnerable to a counterattack. The opposing air support streaks off towards your seemingly defenseless ship. The enemy forces have taken the bait. It's time for you to take action yourself. You swap from your frontline mech back to the hangar of your carrier, where you've left a squadron of VTOLs in reserve. Launching swiftly with your squadron, you move to intercept the enemy air support. Caught unawares, they fall quickly under your barrage of plasma fire. With one wingman down, you're now free to rejoin the main assault. The fighting is fierce as you overrun the ridge. With the remaining enemy mechs in full retreat, you'll pick off the stragglers to clear the zone. With the area free of enemy signals, you're ready to begin the planetary invasion. You signal for the assault dropships to begin their landing. So if this sounds like a game you want to play, that's great. Hit subscribe so you can stay in the loop, because that's the kind of game we're making. Alright, here are the main things that I want out of this game. I want first and third person mech combat on a huge scale, with large numbers of units on both sides of the conflict. I definitely want combat variety and mixed arms combat, and that means that you'll be able to pilot mechs, tanks, power armor, vertical takeoff units, dropships, and anything else that makes it into the game. I want access to a wide choice of tactical tools for the player, things like orbital bombardments, artillery barrages, dropships and drop pods to bring reinforcements to the battlefield, and of course, loads of assorted weaponry. And finally, I want the player to be in command. I want them to really feel in charge. Battlefield orders, strategic positioning, adaptability to changing situations, as well as timed assaults should be just as important to victory as the player's own skills as a pilot. I am working on the game part-time since I'm in the middle of my PhD program. Fortunately, I passed my qualifying exams and I have finished my course requirements, so I can now spend my evenings on something a little bit different. And that something else is this game and this devlog. I've been working on it for about 2 months now, starting December 2021. Since then, I've been working about 2 to 4 hours a day on weekdays and about 4 to 10 hours a day on weekends. Well, except for about 2 weeks around Christmas and New Year's. I did exactly 0 work on anything for those 2 weeks, so sorry about that. Alright, aside from small lapses, I do intend to continue with this level of commitment, and I'll be keeping a personal log of hours spent in order to keep myself on track each month. It is important at this stage of development for me to keep an open design philosophy so I don't accidentally program myself into a corner, which might prevent future additions to the game. One aspect where this can crop up in a mech game is when you consider mech structure. But what I mean by that is that, unlike in a typical first-person shooter, a mech game doesn't have a single health pool. Instead, each part of a mech has its own health pool, and when parts are destroyed, you lose access to weapons, components, mobility, and so on. Now, in the stereotypical mech game, take Mech Warrior for example, you'll be put in a mech with a cockpit, a center torso, 2 side torsos, 2 arms, and 2 legs. And while we do want to include that style of mech and layout in our game, we also want to open up more interesting possibilities. Imagine 3-legged mechs, 4-legged mechs, many-legged mechs, mechs with wings, mechs with no arms, mechs with 4 arms. Okay, well, let's not get too crazy right now. I suppose you want to know what actually exists in the game at this moment in time. We've added mech mobility, and getting it to feel right has taken a fair bit of fine-tuning and playtesting. Surprisingly, getting aiming to feel good took several iterations. Early on, I experimented with an auto lock-on system that functioned similar to an aim assist. This had the detrimental effect that you couldn't fine-tune your aim to hit just the right spot on an enemy, and rather, you'd end up shooting at the center of mass of whatever component you were looking at. This felt bad, so we removed that aspect entirely. At first, we had weapons that just fired in straight lines forwards, and since weapon hardpoints aren't located in the center of the cockpit, weapon convergence was a bit of an issue, forcing you to aim off-center if you wanted your weapons to hit where you were firing. Now, arm-mounted weapons track the location of the crosshair and point towards your target. Whether it's close up in your face or hundreds of meters away, it can now feel a lot more natural, while still giving the impression of piloting a large war machine with individual weapon mounts. The current iteration is very close to the feel I'm looking for, but does need a bit more tweaking and plenty of playtesting. The units and the weapons in the game right now are all prototypes, and by that I mean that they're just placeholders that have allowed me to get the programming done and to get the core game systems working, but a lot of these early visuals are probably going to change as they get replaced with more finished versions. In terms of pilotable units, we've added a few important prototypes to help us flesh out some of the archetypes that we want in the game. Very likely these will be modified or replaced as development progresses, but the archetypes will remain. We have 4 distinct prototypes finished. As proof of concept builds, we have a 2-legged mech, a 3-legged mech, a 4-legged mech, and a VTOL. In terms of weaponry, each chassis has its own hardpoints, and each hardpoint can be equipped with one of 3 prototype weapons. We have a standard ballistic type weapon with a variety of potential implementations, such as a single shot, burst fire, and machine gun. We have a particle cannon that packs quite a punch, and we have some pretty nifty lasers. Some of the other basic systems that are in place in the game include the weapon hardpoints, mech hit locations. No hard-coded structure requirements are there, so we can have very interesting mech layouts. Dismemberment and debris. Very simple placeholder AI, which I'll be replacing later with a much more robust AI that can hopefully do a better job. Third-person and first-person camera views, and of course vehicle control swapping, so you can switch quickly between, say, the mechs and the VTOLs, or between different mechs if you're choosing. We've got a lot done on the game, but there is so much more awesome stuff left for us to do. We've made some good progress, but don't expect this game to be finished in a month. This is a long-term project, and it will take us quite a while to get it right. Next on my agenda for the game are these goals. I'd like to have 1 prototype power armor unit and 1 prototype tank. Those are the biggest 2 remaining units to add, which will require unique control schemes. I'm going to have to add ground vehicle power up and power down, as well as aircraft power up and power down. This will allow you to switch units on and off, and that will be useful later, for example, setting ambushes or being ambushed in return by the opposing team. I'd like to add VTOL elevation controls. At the moment, there are only 2 states. Either the VTOL is landed or the VTOL is hovering at a cruising altitude. I'm going to want to add interior cockpit geometry for the first-person views. This will add to the immersion quite a bit. I want to add weapon groups. This will allow you to fire multiple weapons at once with a single button click. I'd also like to add chain fire and chained groups, which will allow you to fire a weapon group with a single button and have it automatically chain to the next weapon group. Context-sensitive crosshairs are very important, and some things that we want to add are range to the reticle target, groups in range, and groups ready to fire, so you have some information about your weapons. Alright, now I'm going to talk about a few technical details. So you might be interested to know that unlike when I was making Lost Stars, I am not building my own game engine. After all, what kind of madman would I have to be to do that?
Randy.
Instead, we'll be using Unity to build the game. I have a particular vision for this game, with large epic battlefields, plenty of action visible to the player most of the time, and because of this, I need to be very careful to keep performance high. When we build models for mechs and other vehicles, you'll probably notice us using very minimal geometry. Keeping polygon counts low will allow us to draw many more units on screen at once. I've also implemented a simple object pooling system to prevent instantiation of many objects at once. Especially when many projectiles are being fired simultaneously, this should keep a lot of the CPU costs low. The AI system is still in the early planning stages, and it will almost certainly be the most difficult system for us to implement in a streamlined and efficient way. This is because every non-player unit in the game will be using the AI system, and so even small inefficiencies could dramatically reduce the feasible number of units in our game. There are many other techniques and tricks that we'll be using throughout this project as we try to maximize performance, and of course I'm very open to any suggestions that you might have for reducing the computing overhead, so feel free to leave a comment down below if you have any ideas. There's also something else that I'd love your feedback on. So I want to implement a system where you, the player, give battlefield orders. I want to know which of these two implementations sound more fun to you. The first idea is giving broad strokes orders, such as Battalion 1, advance towards Objective X, and then VTOL Squadron 1, provide air superiority over Battalion 1. The other implementation would be more of an RTS style command, so for example drag selecting Battalion 1, selecting attack to location, and then selecting VTOL Squadron 1 and selecting move with Battalion 1 or escort Battalion 1. I can see either of these systems working well in this game, and I'm curious which one you would rather see. Anyways, I'll upload the next devlog when I have some interesting progress to show. I'll be aiming for a new devlog about once a month. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more devlogs. If there is enough interest, then I will try to update more often. If you have any ideas for the game or for these devlogs, feel free to leave me a suggestion in the comments below.